gentlemen, South Korea implemented the admission officer system in Korea a few years ago in order to provide better education backgrounds and environments and opportunities for students. And it started with a good purpose and initiative of trying to select better students by getting a more accurate grasp and overview of the individual students' abilities and talents, and also provide more opportunities for students. However, unfortunately, after its implementation, this system has proven to be very problematic, and it even increased demand for private education and proved to be inaccurate in actually measuring objectively the students' academic abilities and actually looking at who they are. So we believe that because government today recognizes too many problems, and we see that the problems and the major harms clearly overweigh the benefits of such policy of the admission officer system selective process in the academic system right now, we believe that a ban must be implemented on this system. So before we go on to introducing our arguments of side proposition, we would like to first start off with defining the motion. We define the admission officer system as a system that is used to select students into going into universities by mainly looking at, firstly, extracurricular activities, and secondly, looking at self-introductory essays. So hence, when we abolish such admission officer system in South Korea, we will be selecting students based on looking at their GPAs, academic essay writings, and interviews. So today, proposition values education, and under this value of education, we have three main arguments. The first argument is the harms of the admission officer system. The second argument is about how the other systems serve as a more accurate barometer of measuring those individual students' abilities. And thirdly, we will be looking at inaccuracy. So as the first speaker, I will be going over the first and second arguments. The first argument is about the harms of the admission officer system. We believe that the current admission officer system is not basing their selection process on individual abilities or efforts. We believe that actually looking at these students' individual ability is very important, and it should be the base of the selection process. And the university should look at individual endeavors and activities. Yeah. For example, the reason why many universities prioritize GPAs, for example, is because they recognize that GPA is something that when the students actually listen to the classes well and they do what they can do in their own capabilities, they will get good grades, and it serves as an accurate barometer. Yes, however, in the admission officer system, this system mainly focuses and puts a large emphasis on extracurricular activities. Of course, things like school activities that can happen inside of school and inside the student's capability is not something that is as a big problem. However, the main problem that we recognize is that often, in order to perform well on the admission officer systems, students need to actually go into bigger competitions and have bigger prizes with greater name values. And often these competitions are more expensive, and this in even some cases actually require people to go to international competitions, which cost even more money. Moreover, the major problem is that because these extracurricular activities are not based on what is taught inside of the classroom, inside of the education system, but is rather based on things that are taught outside of school, and something that you cannot gain in the ordinary classroom schedule, we believe that this causes more people to actually go to academies or have private tutorings because those things are not not taught based on what is taught in school. For example, if you look at foreign language ability certificates such as the HSK or such, we believe that in order for students to actually perform well and get good grades, grades that are good enough for them to go into prestigious universities, they need to get high scores on these tests. However, for example, if you're taking the HSK, just by actually taking Chinese classes in school is not sufficient for you to actually get a good score or an efficient score on those tests, because on those scores, it actually requires for you to actually speak like a Chinese or actually have listening abilities and reading abilities like a Chinese person. So because the main problem of the admission officer system is that it prioritizes extracurricular activities and competitions, and these competitions are often based on not what is taught in the school environment, but rather on other abilities. In order for students to improve these abilities, they need to have private education or get education elsewhere outside of the classroom, which is often not a matter of their individual abilities, but other factors such as environment that they come from, or houses, or especially money. Because money is so related to this, we believe that this is very problematic, and this is not accurate because it does not correlate with individual abilities or efforts. So we believe that this first argument of how this
Hold back.
current system is very harmful was proven. We will go on to the second argument about why the system that we will be implementing, such as having academic essay writings or interviews or looking at GPAs, will be a more accurate barometer of students. Now, we believe that writing academic essays on spot, not writing it at home, but actually going to the school itself and writing that in the same amount of time and under same circumstances is actually a better barometer. We believe that the in-depth essays based on academic topics require logical thinking skills because students need to actually incorporate the academic facts of the given topic, of what they actually learned in school especially, and they actually have to organize it in a logical manner and actually present their ideas and argumentations and logic on written form. We believe that essay writing is a crucial factor and is a crucial ability that is needed for students because when students go to universities, one of the biggest hardships they have is actually having to write long essays on a regular basis. And because this is a very important skill that students need to have in order for them to adopt to the curriculum or environment of the university, this is something that should actually be graded and is needed, which is not actually implemented in the admission officer systems where students actually write essays prior to in their homes in their own free time. Moreover, we believe that the interviews that we will be actually holding after this ban is actually very beneficial because firstly, there are the academic interviews which are based on what the students learn at school, but moreover, other than the academic aspect, we believe that there are personal interviews where actually students are asked about their personal backgrounds or about their personal thoughts about a specific topic, and this can actually give the judges or the people who actually look at the interviews a better grasp of who that person is and what kind of personality or what kind of benefits those students as an individual have. So ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, we believe that Thai government has clearly explained to you why under the value of education, because the current admission officer systems has too many problems, especially because it focuses on not only individual aspects or abilities, but rather on other things such as finance or other private education, we believe that a stop must come to this system. Thank you.